If I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know where to start. Before I say anything, I definitely want to just say thank you to Eastern Nazarene College for giving me the opportunity and to be able to play on the basketball team and just be in such a great environment and welcoming environment. So as most people know, I was not recruited to go to Eastern Nazarene College, and I was mainly supposed to be going to Massasoit Community College, again, which is a JUCO school. Over the summer, I've been anticipating to go JUCO. I was not anticipating to go D3 at all. So that right there already messed up a lot of my plans as far as what I was looking to do. So with that happening, obviously the stuff with the COVID vaccination stuff and all that, I had to make a last minute decision to go to this school. You know, Eastern Nazarene College was not on my list at all. That was a complete last minute thing for me. I'm going there with the anticipation of, you know what, I'm gonna get some opportunity to play. Most likely they're probably gonna have me on the JV team anyway because I wasn't recruited to go there. So in my mind, I kind of already knew what was gonna get ready to happen. You know, I kind of just went with the flow of it. So yeah, I went to the school and it was a lot, bro. It was a lot. You know, had a conversation with the coach and, you know, they gave me an opportunity to be able to play on the team. You know, we had our meeting or whatever, and then he was like, you know, I love your game. I love the way you play defense, blah, blah, blah. But then he also said, unfortunately, I have to let you play JV because, you know, he already had these guys recruited that were already coming to the school, whatever. So for me, I was like, that's fine. Like, I'm cool with that. I just want to play. Like, I don't care. Just throw me on the team. I just want to play basketball. I haven't had a clean year of basketball in a long time. So I'm over here just like, I don't care. Just throw me on the team. I'm good. I just want to hoop. What he said was, with you being on the JV team, you'll be able to, you know, showcase your skills, showcase what you can do. And from there, you have an opportunity to get moved up to play on the varsity team, which is fine. Again, for me, I just want to hoop. So I'm like, okay, cool. Season comes around. First game happens. You know, I'm getting buckets. The thing that happened was the flow of the game. We came out with intensity, to be honest with you. We kind of had like a little bit of a rocky start, but we came out and we was ready to fight. And then next thing you know, like, you know, I was doing my thing, you know, getting some buckets, getting defensive stops. So I'm over here doing my thing. I'm like, yo, I'm about to start hooping. And I kind of know myself, when I start getting into that rhythm, it's a wrap. Like, once I start hitting and start, like, just getting fired up, it's over with. My momentum's up. Like, so the next thing you know, and then all you hear is, sub. Literally, it's only been like it had to have been like 5 or 6 minutes left since the game started. And I'm over here like, why are you subbing me out so early? But I'm not gonna get an attitude because I'm like, yo, this is the first game. You know, I think he's just trying to get a rhythm of everybody, see what everybody can do, you know, this and that, the third, whatever the case was. So I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna get mad. I definitely was a little bit frustrated about that because I'm like, yo, I'm hooping and I believe we were up. So I'm like, yo, we're hooping, like, why are you making subs? If people are hot, let them run, like, let them hoop. You know what I mean? Like, that's just common sense of basketball. If you want your team to win, you gotta put the best players out there. You know, next thing you know, I didn't see, like, I got back in the game, I believe it was like 7 or 6 minutes left in the half. And I'm like, bro, what is this dude doing? But again, for me, I'm like, all right, you know what? We're trying to get used to everybody. It's just, so that's what I was going off of. And then next thing you know, the second half happens. Same thing during the second half. Sub in, sub out, sub in, sub out. Whole bunch of subs being made. Not just me, but from everywhere. But it was clearly evident that, honestly, that I was the best player on the floor. There were people in the stands even saying, yo, who is number 0? Who is that kid? And Lance can even vouch for me. Lance was on the side watching. He wasn't playing that game because he was injured. And that was our first game of the season. And so with all that happening, again, I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm selfish or I sound arrogant or whatever the case is. It's not about that. It was just the fact that I care about winning. If we want to win, you got to do what is necessary to win. And this is why, after that first game, we got smacked by 40. We literally lost the first game by 40. And we shouldn't have lost by 40. That was an easy dub. But because of bad coaching and bad subs, I'm telling you, that's what made it that. As I'm editing this, I know that sounds like kind of pretty harsh, but trust me, I do not mean it like that. I'm just speaking very passionate about the situation and how I really thought of it as and kind of like how it felt in the moment. Trust me, like I really don't have any hate, envy, or anybody there at all. I really don't. This was just the situation that happened. This is just me speaking passionately about the situation right now. So please, like I'm definitely gonna address a lot more stuff in here, but just keep watching. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so next, right? The second game rolls around. We're warming up to play or whatever. I kind of already anticipated that this thing was kind of gonna happen again. To be honest with you, it did. The whole sub in, sub out thing, it definitely happened. And it was just a tough environment. Sometimes I just don't understand the IQ. I just don't understand why coaches make certain decisions. When I tell y'all for the rest of the season, this is exactly what happened, Literally the whole sub in, sub out situation was crazy. Basically, in essence, everybody on the JV team is splitting minutes. So literally there's like 13, 14 players. Each of us is literally splitting like 3-4 minutes. They're not intentionally telling us, hey, we're giving you guys 3 minutes or 4 minutes to show out and do what you do. It's not even like that. Literally, from what I'm able to see, everybody's it's a quick rotation. So nobody's able to catch a rhythm. Nobody's able to actually play some pure basketball. So you got people that are starting the game coming out with the people that are still in the game, that started. And then those people are getting subbed out. And then 2 seconds later, you got the starters going back in. And it's like, it's a mess. And there's no flow, there's no rhythm, there's no momentum to be stirred up into the game. So now within that, you got people running around all over the place and they don't know what they're doing. You got people missing open shots, which is normal, but it'd be different if it was a rhythm shot. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a rhythm. It's not momentum being built. It's just people out there just to be out there. And that's what the whole JV system was like. Literally just dudes just out there just to be out there. And on top of the fact, some of the dudes on there were freshmen and some of them were seniors. So it makes it even worse that it's like that. And then also, again, when people don't know what they're doing, it just makes this whole thing difficult. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't wanna be there. I really didn't. And on top of the fact, let me tell you this. We have dudes that are missing practice, no consequences being held. Some of them just to skip practice. Some of them were there just to be there. Nobody's going 100%. Nobody's giving effort in anything that they're doing. So it makes this even a lot more difficult because you got dudes like me that are still working hard and putting in extra work in the gym, lifting and all this other stuff. And you got dudes that are skipping practice and fooling around and stuff, getting the same amount of minutes as me, which is a slap in the face, to be honest with you. Because I'm over here this is crazy. Thing was for me, man, is I care about winning more than anything. I just want to win. I'm telling y'all, just the whole coaching system was not good at all, man. It was not good. None of the coaches, and I got nothing against these coaches for real. As far as if you're thinking that I hate them or if you're thinking I have this envy against them, I really don't. I don't at all. I still got love for them. I still got love for the people at the school anyway. Everybody's cool there. My thing is, I'm just speaking passionately about my love for the game and what I want to do to win. I just care about winning. And it's hard for coaches to not understand how much of an addition you are to the team until you're gone or until you left. You know what I mean? It's just naturally, it's just gonna be like that. That's just life. People are gonna be like that. It's just gonna happen. You know what I mean? So I understand that aspect. The games, every game that we played was just very inconsistent. If you're thinking oh, Kyree, you're being spoiled. You got an opportunity to play. Well, within those 3 minutes, you better showcase what you can do. And it's not even it's not like that. First of all, it's the fact that this is a JV team and this is we're playing fifth graders. This is an opportunity for people to showcase their skills and fry. We're playing against JUCO schools. We're not playing against JV, regular, just other JV D3 schools. We're playing against JUCO schools. And some of these JUCO schools were good. And so for all that to happen is craziness. And for me, mentally and emotionally, I'm just about here. Because then also the thing was, me starting school late, it made it twice as much more complicated and difficult. Because if I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I literally got accepted on the day of orientation. Literally the day of orientation. When our first classes started, I wasn't in those classes. I had to wait 2 weeks after to get my transcripts and stuff situated and everything. So I'm 2 weeks behind on work while still trying to play basketball, while still trying to obviously do schoolwork. And on top of the fact, I serve in my church, so I create videos, I run a business, a full media company, and I make YouTube videos. So I got 5 different things in one I'm trying to balance out and do while still maintaining myself. And it's difficult to do that when you feel so overwhelmed with all the stuff that you have to do and still trying to put all your effort into the thing that you love the most. It's hard to do that. And what most people don't understand is that they just be like, oh, you gotta man up, or you gotta push through. It's just hard work. You gotta continue to keep your... No, sometimes you gotta take a break. Sometimes you need a break. And sometimes you gotta step back for your own mentalness just to be like, hey, I'm not feeling at the capacity I need to. I'm feeling burned out. I feel overwhelmed. I gotta take a step back. And that's where I was at. I needed to take a step back. And for the last few months, like literally, the last video I uploaded was 2 months ago. Well, obviously, this video's up now. But the last video I uploaded was 2 months ago. During that whole process from the last game that I played with them, and even before that, and even like just with all this going on, like I mentally was not there anymore. Like I was there, but I was not there, if that makes sense. Like I'm still showing up to practice. I'm still putting in work in the gym. I'm still making these videos and still trying to maintain my character. But at the same time, I'm over it, bro. Like I'm over it. And I've been grinding for like 3 years just to play on a school team because of all this COVID stuff. 3 years. Once that last game came around and we played, and after that, I kind of already knew that was going to be my last game with them. And I said to myself, I said, Kai, you got to really make a decision on what you want to do. And I talked with my mentors, I talked with my dad, and I prayed to God, asking just for vision, for clarity, and just where he wants me to go. Because I don't want to just make decisions based on how I feel. You know what I mean? I need to know and have outlets on where to go and who to talk to. And most importantly, I said, is talking to God. You know, within everything that happened, I said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going back to school. And especially having that conversation with my dad, and then even just financially right now, we're not at a financial space where we can keep paying to keep going to school right now. Like, and I can't afford it right now. Just personally, I cannot afford it. So, you know, I had to list out all the pros and cons with it. And, you know, I just came to the conclusion that, you know, I'm just not going back to school, point blank period. I'm gonna focus on building my personal brand and building my business. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know what's gonna happen within the next year. Let alone these next few months, I don't know what's gonna happen. I really don't. I wish I could sit here and tell you like, I plan on being here next year, or I'll be playing in school next year, or I'll be doing this. Like, I really don't know where I'm, like, I don't, to be honest with you, I don't. Within these last few months anyway, I've been growing my personal brand and I've been growing my business. So within these last few months, I've been connecting with a lot of different people, major people in a lot of major companies. And, you know, I've been able to do work with like the WNBA. I've been able to do work with Reebok, the Celtics. Like I already said though, like I've been connecting with a lot of major people. It's gonna definitely benefit a lot with my personal brand because it relates to the stuff that I want to do with basketball still. Because I still want to keep playing the game. Like I still want to genuinely keep working out, staying in the gym, being consistent. It's just the fact that I don't know as far as school-wise if I'm gonna go back to school. I really don't think I'm going back to school. But maybe going pro at this point. I don't know. I really can't sit here and tell you I know exactly what I'm gonna do. But what I do know is that I'm gonna embrace the unknown and I'm gonna continue to put forth this work every single day to be the best version of me. And within all this going on, I know this was God's thing. This wasn't mine. This was intended. Everything was meant to happen for a reason. I completely trust everything that's gonna go on, and I don't feel this pressure of where I'm gonna go, how much money I'm gonna make, or whatever the case is. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about just being focused, handling what I can do, and controlling what I can do. So just taking it one day at a time, not rushing it, staying paced. That's where I'm at right now. And it's crazy because even with all this going on, a very special person came in my life. And I'm extremely grateful for her. You know, her name's DeKayla, and she's been amazing. You know, we spent Valentine's Day together and everything. So, but I got a girl now, you know, so it's like, it's different too. So I'm grateful for her. We've been spending a lot of time together. But I've been building just a lot of different things around me. Again, I'm just confident in this path. I'm confident in the path that where I'm going. I'm just glad that I'm not taking or doing a traditional route that every athlete does. I'm gonna change the game with what I'm doing. And I firmly believe that. You know, I'm 100% confident in where I'm going and what I'm gonna do next.